Hey, it's Mike with the Guitar World, and we're here in the middle of NAMM 2022 with Tosin Abasi once more, just fresh off of launching his new ball, Music Man Kaizen. He's got a load of stuff on the Abasi Concepts stand too, right?
Yeah, we have multiple new releases this year actually. We've got the introduction of our first double cut model. It's called Emmy. We wanted to offer something basically like a Lorata with some differences. So obviously it's a double cutaway, and this one has it's not a multi-scale guitar. So for those who maybe their preference isn't the fan fret thing, you've got an option. And then it's got a go to 510 floating trem on there. And we did something unique with this 8-string Emmy. This one, we got a HSS situation with the Fishman Fluence. And it's cool. It's just, like I said, the evolution of the Lorata into a double cut design. Extreme fret access. Both of these feature an asymmetrical neck profile. So it's a mild teardrop shape. It's a little thicker on this end, and it tapers towards the top. And so you've got that sort of more substantial neck in the treble for your thumb when you're doing legato spreads and stuff. And then when you get up here for barring and things like that, the neck thins out a bit. It's super comfortable. It's subtle, but you notice it, but in a good way. So,
what Fishmans are in there?
So this is my Fluence bridge humbucker, and I think Javier voiced a set of single-coil 8s. We'll see as it evolves, because I might end up voicing my own thing, but
cool.
For now, for the show, we wanted to get something in there.
And then you've got kind of like a mat across here, almost like a scratch plate, and then kind of gloss.
Yeah, we do this dual finish where the curved edges are polished, and then the flat surfaces are a matte satin. So you got this like permanent sort of reflection thing. I just think it's a nice subtle touch. It's tricky to pull off, but it's worth the effort.
This looks kind of familiar.
Yeah. So it's a 6-string Emmy. We have a set of Fluence single coils in here, go to 510. These pickups have 2 voices. So in every position you have 2 pickups. Obviously 5-way switch, this cool latte finish, pearloid pickguard, roasted maple figured neck, rich light fingerboard. So yeah, this is it's a kind of fun guitar. Yeah.
So did Javier voice those single coils as well?
No, that's a standard Fluence like set that they make. And then this is a prototype. I was using this on our tour, but it's a 7-string multi-scale nylon-string guitar. And the whole point behind this was to make a guitar, a nylon that maybe if you're primarily an electric guitar player, you could transition to this for recording or writing, and it's a bit more of a seamless transition. So the string spacing, the string height, it's highly playable. And then the multi-scale thing is nice too. Just if you want to do lower tunings, you have the added scale length. And then we also made the body really quite thin. When I'm on stage and I use a semi-acoustic instrument, the stage volumes that we're performing at, there's a lot of potential for feedback. So I needed a guitar that wouldn't feedback at volume but sounded like a mic'd acoustic instrument. So we worked with Fishman. They have an Aura, they call it the Aura system. It's basically almost like an impulse response capture of an acoustic guitar, and then you can create a profile of that. And so you avoid the sort of piezo directness because it has this aura. It sounds like a mic'd acoustic, and they sell that as an outboard pedal, but we wanted to include it in the instrument. So this has an aura inside, so the quality of the sound, I think compared to a guitar with just piezos in it, you're gonna hear it.
What's your preferred kind of profile for an acoustic sound?
For this, it's a classical. They work with this body as well. So we shipped it off to them. They did the imaging and the profile, and then they sent the file back to us. So they're wizards over there. So
how soon will this sort of hit the market? When will this be available?
That's a good question. We I would say I don't want to answer, but I think in a few months, I think we could potentially, yeah. I think we're basically ready to pull the trigger on production. So just follow our socials and stuff like that. We'll advertise when we're ready.
Do you feel like the nylon string sort of taking on a new sort of lease of life? Obviously, you've been doing a lot of it. Polyphia's kind of coming in with the nylon stuff.
Yeah, Polyphia's doing cool stuff with it. Animals as Leaders has always had a nylon track or two on record, and I've always loved playing classical. And it's hard to get extended range classical guitars, and then the ones you do get, for my application on stage, sometimes you encounter feedback or whatever the case is. So it's why I kind of wanted to design my own.
They're big bodies as well.
They're large bodies. I mean, this is really quite thin. Yeah. The neck profile. I mean, it kind of plays like an electric. We were just like, look, what makes sense for us? Like maybe we should make a nylon string for the guy who mainly plays electric. But I'm going to be honest, if you play classical as well, like you're going to get along with this thing quite a bit, and it sounds great. So,
sweet.
Yeah,
that's super exciting. And the other models, are they available now, or when they're dropping?
You know, NAMM is like you show what you have, but making things takes weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks.
Are they final versions or still prototypes?
Yeah, a lot of this is final version. The nylon, we might make some tweaks here and there, but the ME, the double cut, is final. So.